Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, second inmate from Halfway Tree lockup dies at hospital. An investigation has been launched into the sudden death of another inmate at the Halfway Tree police lockup in St. Andrew. The deceased has been identified as 68-year-old Donovan Phillips. The police report that about 3:30 p.m. Friday, the senior citizen, who was on remand for arson and murder, was inside his cell and complained of feeling ill. He was taken to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he died while being treated. Phillips is the second inmate from the Halfway Tree lockups to die in recent days. On September 24, David Sachel also died at a KPH after he was found unresponsive in his cell. He was 59 years old. The Independent Commission of Investigations has launched a probe into both incidents. Entertainer Beenie Man shaken up following near-miss accident in St. Mary. Veteran dancehall artist Beenie Man and their friends were left shaken up on Friday evening when the driver of the Toyota coaster bus they were traveling in had to hit a hard brake to avoid colliding with a massive landslide near Castleton in St. Mary. It is reported that they were traveling along the roadway when the driver came upon the landslide. They were heading to Portland, where the entertainer was set to perform at the Superstars of Port Antonio Marlin Tournament entertainment event, which is being held at the Errol Flynn Marina in Port Antonio. Initially, police sources reported that the artist was not injured, but that a doctor was placed on standby at the venue as a precautionary measure. Speaking with the news at the venue, Beenie Man indicated that he was feeling some pain in his neck, noting that he thrust forward when the driver slammed on the brakes, adding that the incident came at a time when he was still recovering from minor injuries from a previous incident. Despite the shake-up, the entertainer said he still plans to perform. Heavy rains have been pounding sections of St. Mary since Monday, causing landslides and the flooding of roadways. Man shot and killed in Marvally. The St. Andrew South police have launched a search for those responsible for the murder of a 26-year-old man early Saturday morning. The victim has been identified as Shane Petty, a laborer from Fields, Kingston 20. According to reports, around 12:50 a.m., explosions were heard along Amsterdam Avenue in Marvally, St. Andrew. Police were alerted, and upon their arrival at the scene, they found Petty suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds. He later succumbed to his injuries. No motive has yet been determined for the killing. No in-person classes at the school were gun taken from 7-year-old. For more than 2 weeks, there have only been empty classrooms at the St. Elizabeth-based primary school, where a 7-year-old student was found in possession of a submachine gun. Teachers and the students have stayed away, moving teaching and learning online out of fear after threats to harm people at the school and in the community were issued following the September 12 incident. The situation has worsened amid internet challenges plaguing several households in the St. Elizabeth community. The news has been informed that several students have been unable to attend classes online since the incident. In light of this, parents have been making attempts to transfer their children to other schools. Neither the affected school nor the community have been publicly named. The Child Protection and the Family Services Agency has said the boy is in state care. The news also sought an update from the police about the case, but they have remained tight-lipped. The news center was also informed that efforts have been made by the authorities to have the educators return to physical school, but these have so far been unsuccessful. 3 pedestrians die in 2 corporate area crashes. 3 pedestrians died in 2 incidents in less than 24 hours in the corporate area. 2 men died early Saturday morning after they were struck by a vehicle on Washington Boulevard in St. Andrew. The incident occurred shortly before 4 o'clock in the vicinity of Marvally. According to a report from the Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch, the men were standing in an eastbound lane assisting a motorist who had just been involved in a motor vehicle collision when they were hit by a Mitsubishi Pajero. Both men, said to be aged 37 and 57, were pronounced dead at hospital. Their identities have not yet been released. The status of the driver of the Pajero is not known. In the other tragic incident, a woman died after she was struck by a car at the intersection of Charles Street and East Street, downtown Kingston on Friday morning. The 62-year-old woman was standing at the side of the road when she was hit by a Honda Fit along East Street. It is reported that the Honda Fit was traveling south along East Street, while a white Toyota Probox was traveling west along Charles Street. Upon reaching the intersection, which is controlled by a traffic light, it is alleged that one of the drivers disobeyed the signal, resulting in the Toyota Probox colliding with the left rear section of the Honda Fit. The impact pushed the Honda Fit sideways into the pedestrian. She was pronounced dead on arrival at hospital. Police to use footage from Jamaica Eye to prosecute a rogue motorist. The Police High Command is vowing to utilize the Jamaica Eye to prosecute motorists who breach the Road Traffic Act. Motorists across the corporate area complained bitterly on Friday about being stuck in traffic gridlock along several major thoroughfares. Assistant Commissioner of Police Gary McKenzie, commanding officer for the Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch, in response, said there were several collisions which compounded the challenge posed by the issue of the large number of vehicles on the road during the peak period. ACP McKenzie, speaking with the news, added that some motorists ignored the road code, which made things worse. He revealed that he was sent video footage of some of these motorists committing breaches, and we have the numbers and we will be making some prosecutions.
I have to thank a number of motorists who sent me personally a number of videos where persons were breaking the law, so to speak, and we have the numbers and we will be making some prosecution. We are going to follow up on it. We can't have it happening. If we have people doing these things and it goes by unattended to, then we are going to have more of it. We just can't have it happening. And so what we will do once we get these videos is go to our surveillance or Jamaica Eye surveillance cameras, and then we check it and we will lock the evidence and we will carry out our prosecution.
Some teachers yet to receive September pay. Several teachers are yet to receive their September salaries 2 days after payday. Aretha Willie, principal of George Headley Primary in Kingston, told the news that 7 of her teachers, 5 of whom are new, have not been paid. Mrs. Willie said she has been making contact with the Education Ministry.
I wrote the education officer on Wednesday. I wrote the name of the 7 teachers who were not paid. She promised to do some investigation, get back to me. She didn't. I called today to find out what was happening. The teachers have been asking, 7 of them. I called today to no avail. Just to know before I was leaving school, I wanted to check my account for something, realized that I wasn't paid. So she called me back and I told her that she wasn't paid. She said she would find out, get back to me. She did, saying that there was a glitch in the system and the permanent secretary is meeting whomever, and what else. She can't say much. She'll have to wait until they exit the meeting. And I'm saying, but in fairness, you should have been paid on Wednesday. Today's Friday. Nobody has communicated anything to us. She's going to give them some time. I said, no, this is disrespectful. You'd have your bills to pay you. I guess persons would have loans they must honor. And you know, those things are normally well deducted. And if you have no salary, there's nothing to come out of it to remit to the bank. Or the billing societies and credit unions or wherever. Teach there. I have your teachers who are not paid. They are young teachers. This is their first teaching job, fresh out of college. And you can imagine they would have had expenses coming into this month.
Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.